the ballot paper in 2 weeks' time.
Sir John said that if the UK votes to leave the EU, but Scotland votes to stay in, it could lead to another referendum on Scottish independence, which could tear apart the United Kingdom.
Ultimately, nationalist pressure for another shot at leaving the UK in Scotland could prove to be uncontrollable and politically irresistible. And in those circumstances, if the UK was outside the European Union, I can well envisage a different result in that referendum.
People and goods travel freely across the border between Northern Ireland and the Irish Republic as part of the Common Travel Area, established more than 90 years ago. But if Britain votes for Brexit, that could become a new EU border. And the former Labour Prime Minister warned that would create immense problems for the relationship between North and South.
Here we stand as two former Prime Ministers, and we say to the Leave campaign very directly, you have fundamental questions to answer about Northern Ireland, about the Common Travel Area, about the effect of leaving the EU on the future makeup of the United Kingdom. And the people of Northern Ireland need these answers, and they need to have them within the next days.
When John Major was Prime Minister in the 1990s, he played a critical role in bringing together key players in the Northern Ireland peace process, which led to the IRA's declaration of a ceasefire. When Tony Blair took power, he continued the process, leading to the Good Friday Agreement, an official end to 30 years of sectarian conflict. The current Northern Ireland Secretary warned against dragging Northern Ireland's future into the EU campaign.
In my experience, the commitment of people in Northern Ireland to the political settlement and to exclusively peaceful and democratic means to determine Northern Ireland's future, I think that commitment is rock solid. And to say that it would somehow waver or become less resolute if there was a democratic vote to leave the EU, I think is not only unjustified, but actually pretty irresponsible.
Arguments about the Constitution have not so far been at the forefront of this campaign, but such issues can arouse strong passions, and there are risks in throwing questions about the future of the United Kingdom into the already highly charged debate about whether or not we should stay in the European Union. The two Prime Ministers walked across Londonderry's Peace Bridge, built to try to bring together two communities. But there are divided views on the two former leaders themselves, and their intervention has merely brought a new dimension to the EU debate. Carol Walker, BBC News.